What up, what up, what up? It's your man Pesos, the traffic king, the big dog and the big dog. Coming to check in with y'all one more time, man. Look, I was checking out my Man Talk with Mr. D's channel earlier, right? And he kind of sparked my mind to think about some things. You know, it's a different subject, but it just made me start thinking, like, and the topic I was thinking on, I was like, man, are you helping or are you making somebody helpless, right? Because, you know, it could confuse you, you know, if you ain't really paying attention, like trying to help really just make somebody helpless. So it's like, are you teaching people how to fish or are you just handing out fish sandwiches, right? Because one is actually helping and one is not. Because if you give a man a fish today, he can eat today. But if you teach a man how to fish, they can fish for a lifetime and feed themselves for a lifetime. And not only that, when you're not only just helping them, when you teach them something, you helping anybody that they know, because now they can teach the next man how to fish and the next man how to fish. And then the next thing you know, you got a boatload of fishermen. That's why I say, are you helping or are you making somebody helpless? Because help is different. You know, people get the wrong definition sometimes of help. It's just like if I call you and say, yo, I need somebody to help me move this sofa or move this refrigerator. Help is me being on the other side of that, lifting and putting forth just as much effort as you is, trying to learn how to make it work, you know. But what people really want is they want you to do the work for them. They want to sit on the recliner while you move the couch and you move the refrigerator. That's not helping. You know, that's taking advantage, taking for granted, you know. So that's the thing too, man. When you're helping people, you got to kind of take inventory and think to yourself, you know, is this person taking this for advantage and learning from my help and using my help? Or are they taking it for granted and just expecting me to do it and expecting that I'm going to do it over and over and over again? Because I learned over the years, man, trying to help people, that sometimes when you think you're helping people, you're really hurting them. You're really making them helpless. Because the more times you do for them, the more times they need you to do for them, right? You know, it's crazy because, you know, I know it can mess with your heart sometimes, you know, people you love, people you care about, you know, friends, family, you know, whatever. You might be like, dang, man, you know, I really want to help, man. I want to help. They're going through this problem or they got this right here going on, you know. I really want to help them. But at the end of the day, sometimes the moment that you stop helping is really the moment that you start helping. Because once you stop doing it for them, they start to learn how to do it for themselves. You know, the moment that they can't call you for the solution, then they start figuring out the solution, right? And then next time they have that problem, they don't have to worry about it no more, because I might not always be here. Or whoever you know, go to for help, they might not always be there. So the best thing is to learn from that person. That way you don't need their help. Yeah, I can change the tire for you, but I'd rather show you how to change the tire, because I might not be with you when you break down, you know? And it's crazy like that, man. A lot of times I think, you know, when you care about people, you know, like I say, friends, family, whatever, you want to help, but you kind of miss the definition of help, you know. Sometimes helping them is not doing it for them. It's telling them how to do it. And sometimes helping, as crazy as it sounds, sometimes helping is not doing nothing. Just saying, hey, man, I don't know. I can't do it. You know, figure it out. Because the more they figure it out, the better off they are. It's just like a little kid, you know, they start to walk, and first couple of times, you know, you holding their hand, walking across the floor, trying to make sure they don't fall. But then pretty soon, you're just going to have to let go and let them fall. You know, once they fall and they feel they don't like the way it feels, they start to gain their balance, man. That's the same thing with just people in life in general. You know, if you always helping, then they never going to learn nothing, you know. Me personally, man, I'd rather teach something to you than to reach something to you, you know. I'd rather show you how to do than to do it for you. It's crazy like that, man. But sometimes, too, I know, like, people will start to feel like, oh, you're doing them wrong because you tell them, like, hey, man, I can't help this time. Or, you know, you're just going to have to figure it out because I got other stuff to do. Or, you know, I'm busy right now. Or I ain't got it right now, you know. And they want to feel like, oh, man, you don't want to help me. No, but that's the best way to help, you know. The most you're going to grow is when you ain't got nobody to go to. When you ain't got nobody to turn to. You ain't got nowhere to go for help. You ain't got nobody that can give you nothing. That's when you start to figure it out, man. You get out there and that mind start clicking and working. Like, coming up with solutions, man. You start thinking like, all right, look, I could try this, I could try that, let me try this. Like I said, if you can't change a tile, or you can't, whatever it is you can't do, you start looking on YouTube, you checking out the videos, trying to find out how to do it. You start to learn how to even look for the answers instead of somebody giving you the answers all the time. If you always helping people and you always overly helping, then you're not really helping, because now all they do is look to you. Sometimes you gotta let people go out there on their own. You gotta let them go out there and fall, man, and learn that they don't like the way it feel to fall. Once they learn they don't like the way it feel, then they learn how to stand on their own too. So it's crazy, man. Like, it just made me think about it when I was watching Man Talk with Mr. D's channel. He was talking about young men not having a work ethic. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, probably the reason why a lot of people don't have that work ethic is because somebody always been helping them. Somebody always been there to catch them. Somebody always been there to hold their hand. So they didn't have to really work hard. They didn't really have to put forth effort. They ain't have to think. They ain't have to struggle. It was always somebody helping, thinking that they were helping. Or really they were just making that person helpless. Making them dependent upon them. Yeah, that ain't a good move, man. Especially when it comes to men, like grown men. You don't want to be overly helping no grown man, because they need to be figuring it out. Because if you're a grown man, I'm assuming at some point you're going to have a family of your own. And if you always run into somebody else for answers or for help or, for the solution, then how is you going to raise yours to be smarter, to be able to do it on their own, to be their own fisherman instead of looking for fish sandwiches, you know what I mean? It's a crazy thing, man. And like I said, I learned that over time. I learned, sometimes you just help this person, you help this person, you help this person. And then it seemed like, hey, they had the same problem again. Here they come with the help again, But then you say, man, you know what? I ain't going to do it this time. I'm going to just see what happens. And then you start to see them figuring it out. You're like, oh, they figuring it out. Now they doing it on their own. Because if you've been helping them, they should have been watching what you were doing and learning from what you was doing in the first place. So if they've been learning from what you was doing when you was, calling yourself helping them, when you step back and say, look, I ain't going to be able to do it this time. They should be learned enough to be able to go out there and do it. To go ahead and make it happen on their own. Figure out the problem. Like I said, search up the problem. Sometimes you ain't got to have the answers. You just got to know where to find the answers. People gonna say, well, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. There's a whole lot of stuff I don't know how to do. But there's a whole lot of stuff I got to go figure out because I don't got nobody to help me. Ain't nobody going to give me no handout. Ain't nobody going to do it for me. They're going to expect you to do it yourself. So that helps, man. That makes you smarter. All that does is make you smarter, make you stronger. Make you a better person all in general. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, work ethic. I said, yeah, most people don't have a work ethic because somebody's always helping. Somebody's always reaching out. Somebody's always covering for them. When you got to cover for yourself, man, it's different. Like, when you know it ain't nowhere to fall to, it ain't no leaning post out here, it ain't no crutch for you, man, them legs get strong real quick, man. Them feet, man, you get sure-footed, man, you know what I mean? When you know ain't nobody there to catch you. You on that tightrope, man. You on that tightrope, and if you slip and fall, it's on you, bro. Ain't nobody there to catch you. Ain't no safety net, it's you. But that's the best way, man. That's the best way. That's what teaches you the most. When you on that tightrope without that net, oh, man, you're going to learn. You're going to learn quick, man. If you jump out there in that deep water, you're going to learn how to swim, but you're going to drown one. That's why I say, man, it ain't nothing against help. Always make sure you try to, be a good person, help people, whenever you can. But like I said, take inventory, man, and watch through life and see the people that you're helping. Am I really helping them, or am I making them helpless? And if you start to see that it seems as if you're making them helpless, pull back just a little bit. You can still be there for guidance and to give them some good words of encouragement, or, even kind of teach them something, but let them do it. Instead of saying, oh, get out the way, let me show you. And doing it just like this, like, nah, all right, there you go. Grab that, get that screwdriver, do this. That way they learn something. There's a lot more to gain in it for them, man. There's a lot more longevity in it for them when they do it themselves. So just be careful, man. Just be careful when you help in that you're not making people helpless. But anyway, man, you know, it's been a long day, man. I've been up since 1 o'clock a.m. It's almost 2 o'clock p.m. I done finished up early for the day. I'm about ready to take it on into the crib. So anyway, man, I just wanted to holler at y'all right quick. Look, if y'all feeling the vibe, like, share, subscribe, comment. And it's your man Pesos, the traffic king, the big dog and the big dog. And as always, I'm suggesting that you say your prayers and take the stairs. Check you on the next episode.